Friends don't let friends drive Volkswagens. This is my 2000 Jetta MK4. If you don't already have one of these cars, don't buy one. If you do, be prepared for non-stop electrical problems. Now, today's problem has to do... I'll turn the lights on here. I've got the lights turned on. Today's problem has to do with the LEDs on the automatic transmission shifter. Now, I've already got this apart. It's much easier than you think. I got it apart thanks to the instructions in this guy's video. Now, he took it apart because he had a broken dust shield. I wish I had known about this before I decided to take mine apart, because mine was broken also. And if you're thinking you're going to mend this, it's also cracked on this side right here, so there's no mending it. Now, they're available from the dealer. These are around $70, believe it or not, from the dealer. They're $7 from China. The problem is it takes a month to get here. So in the meantime, like the guy who did the great take-apart video, I made one out of a piece of rubber. You can also use a school report cover. I don't know if this is going to work. If I'm mentioning this because if you're going to tackle this problem, I think you're going to want to have one of these on hand before you take it apart. Okay, now why are these lights intermittent? You can see that almost anything you touch causes these lights to go on and off. So some days when you shift it, it works. Some days it doesn't work. Right now it's mostly not working. And the problem, if you look at this board very carefully and look at it through a magnifying app or a magnifying glass, you'll see that there are 4 solder joints right here at the top that are cracked. This is the same problem that we saw recently on the wiper relay module. The same problem that we see over and over and over on the electric door locks. It's ridiculous. But okay, the plan is we're going to try resoldering this, and hopefully we'll get the board to work reliably again. So let's get out the soldering equipment and we'll give it a try. All right. Okay, the iron's hot. Well, just melted some of that plastic there. Okay, not my best work. This was surprisingly harder to do than I thought it might be. The angle when you're sitting in the seat and trying to solder in there is not the best. Some mistakes that I made. I allowed the soldering iron to hit the plastic right here, and we got a couple of melt spots. You want to be careful not to do that. The next thing, this first connection is not electrically connected to the anode of this diode. And it's very easy to create a short here. So make sure, go in there with a magnifying glass, make sure that that first joint is not shorted. So yeah, this kind of looks like amateur soldering, but at least the joints are not cracked. Let's turn on the lights and see if this works any more reliably. Find my popsicle stick. Okay, they're all on. Okay. They're staying on. Well, I would say we're all set. Okay, I've got this bottom piece in. It's working. Now, the secret wasn't easy. You've got to shift this gasket. See, it moves. I use this rounded off paint scraper, and then it kind of pushed down and snapped into place by pushing down on these pieces right here. But you've got to get this gasket out of the way. You've got to use something to compress it, like I'm doing right now. Then it went down. Now this came out fairly easily, so I'm hoping this piece is going to just snap right back in. But it looks like I might have the same problem with the gasket, so I'm going to put the camera down and try to use two hands on it. Okay, I've got this chrome piece in. It's working. And even when you know how this has to snap, it's not easy. I had to use a screwdriver to make compression. Well, it's not easy. Maybe if you've done it 100 times, it's easy. First time, it's not easy, but it is in. So I hope that gives someone confidence. Okay. The next piece to go on is this sleeve. The wider part goes to the top. The narrow part goes to the bottom. Now if you notice that there are 4 cuts in this. So let's take a look at the handle. Those cuts want to engage these slots here on the handle. So that means we also want this to be slid on that way, not this way. What about this tab here at the top? Does that matter? I can't see that it does right now, but we're going to find out. So let's slide this on. Now, before you can remove the handle, this has to be slid down. So we're going to have lots of wiggle room here. Now, there's an interesting... In removing this handle, some people say you have to depress the plunger. Others say you have to extract it. So which is it going to be? I actually had a hard time removing this because the car is 22 years old, so it was quite stiff. I've actually sprayed some silicone here and also inside the handle to make it a little bit easier. But let's see what's going to happen. I'm going to pop it. Oh, she's down now. spring's working. I had to just hit it down. Now let's try to, try to engage this. Oh, I'm going to have to put the camera down to do this. Okay, so it does matter where this tab is. I'm going to try to show you. This sleeve will only pull up one way, and the tab is over here at about a 1 o'clock position. Any other position it's not going to go. I kind of misunderstood how this went back together, so I'm just showing you the tab right here at about 1 o'clock. Now the slots don't engage with the slots. They engage with these little white, my thumb is pointing to this little white tab here. So the slot in the sleeve has to engage that white tab. And this tab here has to be at about 1 o'clock. Any other position, this does not go back together. So let's see if I can get this. I just had it. Oh. There it is. And that's it. It's back together. Alright, let's turn the lights on and see if it works. Lights are on. Reverse is lit up. Neutral. Drive. Third gear. Second gear. First gear. Back to park. It's all fixed. Thank God. Much better. Perfect. Hope this helps someone. Thanks for watching.